Hello, my name is Sergi, and today I'm gonna be showing you my van that I built during the pandemic. It's the first van I ever built, and it turned out better than I expected. I built all of it except some things that I didn't dare with, like installing the diesel heater and attaching the panels, the solar panels to the top, because I was afraid that maybe they would come off driving if I didn't attach them properly. But all of the rest I did myself, and I've been now living in it, not full time, but a lot of months. I've lived in it for the past 1.5 years or something like that. Over that time, I've also made a lot of improvements to it, things that I wasn't quite happy with, and I've adapted it how I actually live in it, which is nice, and everything is made to fit my particular use of it. The van itself is a Fiat Ducato, it's L2H2, it's 115 horsepower one, the lowest horsepower one. Looking back, maybe it would have been worth it spending a bit more on a higher horsepower one for maybe uphills, but also so I would have a 6th gear and I would be able to run faster in the highway, spending less gas. So the general setup of the van, the organization, I decided to put one seat on each side. This one is a bit narrow, but there's one seat on each side, 3 people could sit, and then I put this sliding table at the center that can be shared. It has no rails or anything, it just holds with the structure that I built under the bed, which is pretty nice, but it's a bit wobbly. It can be attached in the back so that it doesn't come off while driving. The same with these drawers, they can all be attached. So I had the idea of making this cutout here instead of making the seat fully rectangular, and I think it was a really good idea because it gives so much more space in the working area. It feels much bigger, and the space that it takes out from the bench is not really that noticeable. It's maybe even more comfortable to sit here on the side because you have more space for the leg. Maybe that I will cut that out.
No, maybe it is more comfortable, I don't know.
But it is nice. One of the first things I did when I got the van was to install some attachments directly on the metal so that I could attach a hammock to the van like this. Oh. And on the other side there, it's the perfect size. People have slept in here and have not fallen down. And this way, 3 people could comfortably sleep here, 2 in the bed, 1 in the hammock, and even once we slept 4 people, 1 in the ground with a mat. Under here, I actually have some big storage space where I can put a lot of stuff in. Here I put some 12-volt plugs, and here under the table we have first fuck, I need the keys. Where are the keys?
Hashtag van life, you always forget the keys.
We have a secure drawer for secure stuff, confidential things like laptop, the projector, some nice headphones, and whatnot. Here we have some food storage. It's a pretty big drawer. It's pretty full at the moment. We can have some meat video snack.
Can I have one? Thanks.
And under we have the fridge. I chose to go with this kind of drawer fridge. It's actually bigger than it seems, and you can fit more stuff than you will think. And I don't think I need more, so it's very practical. Doesn't take a lot of space, fits very well in the space, and I'm really happy with it. The fridge doesn't have a freezer compartment, but I feel it's okay for me since I don't buy a lot of frozen stuff. But if you really need freezer, then you should buy a bigger fridge. As you can see, I chose to separate the front part of the van, the driving part, from the back. I like it because when you're in the back, it feels a bit more like you are at home and not in a car. And also, it helps with insulation since all of this wall is well insulated. But if I want to, I can open this for light to come in. And maybe in some kind of emergency case, I could take this out and jump into the cab. But generally, I've never had to. It's worked very well. I put a hanger in here for clothes. I have here the control for the heater, which works very well. The heater air comes through this hole here. I can point it at the floor, and then the floor is warm and I can walk in my socks, and it's very nice. Here I hide an extinguisher, a fire extinguisher, which is very handy. Never had to use it, luckily. Here it is. And so you can see here I have also the knives stored in a magnet, which is pretty strong, and I never had any problems of the knives coming out when I'm driving. Here we can see I have some storage where I just keep some stuff for the window, some dirty clothes and general stuff that I want to keep. And here we have the fan, which it obviously can open and it blows air in and out. It's a bit noisy. If I did the van again, maybe I would choose maybe a bigger one and maybe a more silent one also, that I can choose the speed, which I can't in here. And maybe I would actually install two, one in the front and one in the back. But like this, it works very well. It's very well insulated. It's a small space where the heat can go out. So here's the kitchen compartment. And we can see first it's an induction cooker. And I actually changed this somewhere along the line. I got tired of having a gas. I used to have a gas stove here, and inside here, under here, I had a compartment for the gas bottle. But then I always carried a spare gas bottle also, so it was a lot of space lost. Also, there's many advantages to using an induction cooker, which are, for example, the air quality inside the van is much better. In the summer, it doesn't heat up the place so much. It uses the electrical system that is already there, so you save a lot of space. And generally, also, I just prefer cooking with the induction. It's so fast, it's so responsive, so it's really nice. And actually, it doesn't take that much power, because even if it's rated at 3500 watts, in reality, I only use at most 2500, something like that. The inverter I have is 3000 watts, so I can't even use it at full power, but that's more than enough for what I need. Here we see the running water. I have to turn it on. There is a pump and an electrical pump under. We have normal water, and then there's the filtered water that runs through a filter before getting to the tap. And we can see the filter here if you come. It's behind this. So that's the filter that I installed. It doesn't take much space. and it makes the water taste better. Also, I make sure if I fill the tank from somewhere like a river or something, that I'm drinking safe water. So as you can see here, I also have food storage. I have some random storage for random things, and here I have some like wines and oils and bottles in general. And here we have these 4 drawers. They are all secured with a magnet for when I'm driving. It's pretty strong. And here I have all the cutlery and kitchen utensils. This is a bit of a random drawer with bottles and pots for food. This is a very random drawer with cables, paper, office stuff. And here's where I store all my kitchen pots, the pans, all that stuff. Yeah. And here we have like rubbish. We have also the dirty water bottle, which I can take out to empty it. It's 25 liters. And we have some like the water pump, the water accumulator, and some other water stuff. Here we can see when the dirty tank fills, there's a light that comes on, and we can also see the level of the clean water, which is stored here. So, yeah. So the clean water is stored here under this seat. I found a water tank that fit perfectly this cube space, and it's a 50-liter water tank. It has the sensor here and an air vent at the top. Here we have the electrical controls. We have first a knob that turns the light stronger or softer. This turns on and off the water pump. This is just the switch for the light on top. And this just turns that USB port on. And then we have 2 different USB ports. One of them is USB 2.0, 3.0 I think. This is 2.0, so this gives a bit more power. And here we can see the solar panels, how much they are charging. It gives an estimate of the battery percentage, and you can see how much is being spent, how much is being charged, which gives you a good idea of how well the solar panels are working at the moment. The solar panels at the top are 2 separate solar panels of 180 watts each, which is enough for me, especially when I'm in Spain. They charge everything. I can use the induction cooker perfectly and I never run out of power. Maybe in a climate like this, with the snow on top of the solar panels, it's not so good. For that purpose, I fit also a DC to DC Orion charger from Victron, which charges with the car alternator. And this winter also, because I had the idea of coming here to Chamonix in the van, I fit a hookup charger for in case there's a few days of bad weather, I can just go in a camping and charge up. Here we can see under the bed the 2 batteries. I have 2 200 amp hour lithium batteries, which work very well. I can connect to them with Bluetooth to see their state of charge, but they are also connected to a smart shunt that connects both of them, so that I can see the total charge in both batteries. They are connected in parallel for a total of 400 amp hours, which is more than enough for me. And here we have the inverter. It's 3000 watt inverter. This connects to the induction stove and also the plugs that we have on this side. This button turns on and off the inverter when I need it and I don't need it. And this is just normal house 100 220 volt AC. I'm quite proud of the window setup that I did with the window covers. The window itself is a tinted glass window, which is nice because during the day you can't see inside unless you go very very close. It's nice for privacy. And with the help of my mom, I made some covers, and they attach to the window with 3 magnets at the top here and 2 magnets at the bottom. And the first attachment we did was this one. It's some semi-transparent cloth that lets the light in, but it keeps cover. It's good for the night when you want privacy, but also in the morning light comes in. And there's a little secret that my mom helped to make, which is you can open it and put something inside. I have a sheet of insulation that I put inside here when I want more insulation in the window, which is the main place where heat is lost. I don't have it inside right now, but I just cut a piece of insulation in the exact size that this cover is, and I just put it on the side and it stays inside. I also have another one that I'm using right now. It's the one I use more in the summer, but I'm using it now also. It's like reflectix material, and I can also attach it here with magnets. And it also insulates. It's better for the summer to insulate from the light coming outside, but in the winter also it reflects the heat from the inside back in, so it's pretty nice. This first cover also doubles as a projector screen, which is very nice. I put some more magnets on the top here, so I just attach it to the top like that, and we have this. Now we have a projector screen. I can just put the projector I have on top of this table. I can project in here while laying in bed and watching some series. It's pretty nice.
Why don't you find out for yourself, Inari?
Thank you, Principal.
Okay, so this is the back of the van. Because I have some valuable stuff stored under the bed, I decided to install this safe closure thing, which works with a key, and it keeps the back doors a bit safer. Right now the van is very full. I have it. I'm moving at the moment, so I fit everything I own in it. I have a bike. I have all of my climbing gear, and yeah, I have bags full of clothes and stuff. If we take this out, we can see here at the end we have the solar controller, we have the hookup charger, we have the fuse box there, and under these boxes here is where the battery is and the inverter. Where we have some spices here. Also I fit some spice rack on the bottom here. The spice bottles attach to the top with a magnet, and actually they stay on while driving, which is pretty nice. And here we have plates and different eating things. Here bathroom stuff, a botiquin, some towel, different things. Here we have clothes, and here more clothes. I've been using this van for about 1.5 years now. I've not been living in it full time, but I've used it several months and lived in it for long periods of time, and I've been adapting it to my usage over the time, and right now it's in a state where I'm very happy about it and very happy to show it. I slowly made some changes to it to adapt to my usage. I wanted it mostly for the cold, right? Like here in Chamonix, I wanted it to be comfortable in the cold, but I've also been spending time in Spain, in Catalonia, and it is much more prepared for the cold, for sure. The summer in Spain is a bit challenging in the van. You need to keep the doors open. There is no air conditioner or anything like that. So it's all about opening the back doors and turning on the air ventilator to create a current. It's livable, but it's not the most comfortable. But in the winter, it's super comfortable with the heater. You can be at any temperature you want to be, and inside the van it feels so cozy. I'm just working in my t-shirt inside and working in my socks. It's so comfortable. Like and subscribe. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, leave a comment.
Leave a bell.
Send to all your friends, ring the bell. Send to all of your friends who want to build bands or like to look at band videos. Oh no, I touched I hope I didn't get it there too.